There's a saying that says, lightning doesn't strike twice. I don't know that I agree with that. I'll explain why on The Great Outdoors with Brian Kinghorn. Welcome to another episode of The Great Outdoors with Brian Kinghorn. I started by talking about lightning. Lightning is not only something that is fast, you've heard of the phrase as fast as lightning, but it's something that usually doesn't strike twice. Today's episode is probably going to change your thoughts on at least one of those. This was a hunt that was as fast as any we've ever been on. In fact, I didn't get much footage because of it. But also in a lot of ways, this was a lightning strike twice type of a hunt. In this episode, you're going to spend some time with my brother Mike, who you've met before. He drew the late hunt for here in Unit 62 and came up during the month of November to hunt for this big buck that he's been hoping to get his whole life. Like I said, it was a quick hunt. We didn't take much time. Got onto the deer that he wanted, and he was able to harvest that animal rather quickly. And probably, in many ways, very fortunate that he did. We had a really hard winter last year. The winter kill rates were extremely high in eastern Idaho. And because of that, in all the pre-scouting that I did, I wasn't seeing many deer, let alone big bucks. So he made a good decision in going the direction that he did. Like I said also, this was a case of lightning striking twice. Last year, Mike's family drew this same hunt, and we got to experience it with Caden as he got a beautiful big buck that we were calling Try due to his 3 points on each front end of his rack. A big, beautiful buck that Mike was along for. And then lightning struck again in their house, and Mike drew that same tag for this year. So maybe in many ways, in this case, lightning did strike twice. Enjoy. Well, as I said earlier, this was an extremely quick hunt. So fast that I wasn't able to get any footage of either the stock or, of course, the hunt itself with the shot. So let me just walk you through what happened. That morning, we got up early and went to the far east corner of the property that we were hunting on, where there's a beautiful grass bowl lined with quake and aspen and pines. And as we approached that, Coulter, one of Mike's sons, saw through the aspen that there were some deer on the other side. Mike got his binoculars on. He says, "I think I can see some antlers." And sure enough, we could start to see them milling around and can tell there was a buck in the group. We decided to make a play on him to see what would happen, but we did it completely wrong. We sent Caden down low and Mike up high, and we should have switched it. But whatever the case, when the deer came out up above Caden, we could see that there was a really beautiful buck in that group. As you can see from these pictures, he stood out from the rest of the deer. They weren't spooked, but they did go off the edge of the canyon, down into the canyon, into the deep forest that's there, and so we decided to go ahead and leave them and hunted around for another hour or so, and then came back home to rest and get some things done with the intention of going back that evening. That night we went back to the same property, worked our way toward that grove, that bowl with the grove of aspen, and about 800 yards we could see some does were out feeding on the edge of the grove. They looked to be very comfortable, and so we thought if we could maybe drive a little closer and then get out and have kind of Mike stalk around outside of their eyesight line, stalk around and get up to the top of the bowl. But at about 600 yards, they started bounding away from us. Something spooked them. I don't know if it was us or something else, but they spooked back into the trees. And at that point we decided we had better hurry up to the bowl or they're going to blow all the deer out of that area. So we did. We came around, got up just to the point where we could start to look down into the bowl, and Caden spotted that big buck right down below us at maybe 80 to 100 yards away. And that was immediately upon our coming over the edge of the bowl. Mike hurried and got out and took a shot and another shot. I didn't see the first shot, but I know he hit the deer on the second shot. And that one ended up going through the heart. The deer took another couple of steps into the trees. What we couldn't see is that he then fell and then started to roll down the edge of the canyon, which is a super steep canyon. Because we didn't see that, Mike was very nervous that maybe he had just injured it, decided that we better wait, let the deer bed. I took the boys back and we got the other vehicle, and in the meantime, Mike, after waiting about 10 minutes, he started down looking for evidence. Couldn't find any blood. He was really nervous, and then all of a sudden he looked down below him and there was the buck hung up on a tree. It had rolled down the side of the canyon. When we got back, he called me and he said, "Bring the packing crew." We've got him down. So we went down and on a very, very steep hillside, quartered that buck and got him out of there. What an incredibly fun evening for Mike and his boys. I had my son Colton. I had another nephew with us, Matt Hunt, and those boys worked so hard to help pack that buck up out of that canyon. It was pretty impressive. What an incredible, incredible trip. Now earlier I alluded to the fact that lightning struck twice with the Kinghorn family. In Mike's case, maybe more than that. First of all, this was his second successful hunt of the year. Early in September, he got his first bull elk with a bow. Did a beautiful job and was so excited about that. And then, of course, this buck, which ended up being on the exact day 9 years later from when I got my biggest buck. Both of us brothers getting our largest bucks on the same day in November, 9 years apart. Maybe it is lightning striking twice. I don't know. Whatever the case, thanks for joining us on another episode of The Great Outdoors with Brian Kinghorn.
Get a big slut.
What do you think, bud?
I'm loving every minute of it.
Until we have to do that.
That's right.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's the meat packing crew right
You
here.
guys take a picture of my deer.
With the muscles.
What's that one? Actually, it's better because then it cleans out the dirt inside. Dad, don't put your time on.
Say it again.
November 4th.
Same day I got my buck all those years ago.
Lucky day.
It's a lucky day to go hunting. Evidently.
What were you thinking?
You get one.
Just a second, I'm doing video. Yeah, this is a big deer. Alright, he's official.
Done it without my guide.
Good job, Dad. Yeah, Marty did.
There you go. Start up there, buddy. Nice job.